We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 11:55 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside. Full strength there on 42 vision. And call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here and breaking through key resistance levels. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot at 6:55 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options after the bell went up 170% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from yesterday to today, from the dip area to the rip area. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, back under a bull indicator here at the 484.93 area. And in the volatility of the 5-minute, you could see here, and the 15-minute in the middle of the day, the bull indicators popping up and dominating over the chart into the second half of the day and canceling out those bear indicators, and especially on the one here of the 30-minute up here at the 490 area. And it came back up to retest these levels and recent highs, breaking out to a new high up here of 492, and that's one key level we were watching. And then above that comes the 493 area. That's going to be crucial going into tomorrow, right? So full transition here from the dip area to the rip area. Bull indicators pretty strong here, and lots of volatility here in a matter of just a few days. I look forward to seeing your thoughts about that down below. It's no surprise though how quickly things slowed down because it hit a new all-time high. And will it do that again going into tomorrow, a slight pullback because this is a new all-time high that we've seen on the 52-week high and also on the SPY overall. Every time it tries to hit it, it's going to be crucial to not ignore how things could consolidate or slow down. But tomorrow leaves the question, could it gap up? So we're going to take a look at the inflows in just a moment, but you could zoom out here and look at this from the 1 hour bull indicator as well, canceling out that bear indicator from down here at the 484 area, breaking through the resistance of 489, going ahead and breaking through 491.50, and here it is, consolidating in the after hours and fighting to stay above it, near it at the 491.47 area, right? Highest that it hit was 492.50 plus, and here it is at the 491.40 area. Now, when we zoom back in into the 15-minute, we could see the volatility and chop in the first half of the day, but in that consolidation, it kept finding support near 484, and it finally broke through the resistance up here of 486, and that's where it used it as support in the second bounce here as it brought itself up, brought itself back down, and did that rip into the close and after hours, followed by that strength of that bull indicator, no bear indicator in the process, right? So definitely something to not overlook here, the strength into the second half of the day, not just in the volatility, but even in the larger time frames like the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Now we're going to pull up the inflow versus outflows, and I'm going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with inflows back above here in the first half of the day, right? As it was pulling upwards in the pre-market, it broke through and into the open. All day, these inflows lasted with strength on the 30-minute through the volatility of that first half of chop, and then it broke out even higher as those inflows continued to pull away from the midpoint and going from -6 up to positive 5.7, right? Definitely something to not ignore here. Now, there is a slight beginning of outflows here, but it has not crossed the midpoint, right? It needs to cross to the downside before it actually starts to reflect any weakness into these charts. So I'm going to be watching that closely going into tomorrow as it's beginning here. Will it stay above or will it cross it? Now, when you zoom out and look at it from the 1 hour, same thing. Full inflows here. Outflows were below, but once it crossed over in the second half of the day, that's when we see the significant move to the upside and hitting highs up here so far of 5.3. So I'm going to be watching if it can continue to stay above the midpoint. Now, as we saw in the 30-minute, the outflow slightly began, but when we zoom into the 15-minute, same thing. Sharp drop here. It hasn't crossed yet, so I'm going to be watching that closely because if it does, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts, and possibly a bear indicator can pop up in the process. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys, and if these outflows continue to the downside and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute and it crosses, the first support is 489, then below that is 487, and then I'll be watching the 484 level. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to level off here, switch from red to green, pull back up, and same thing on the 30-minute, hold itself up above the midpoint and switch back to green. And the first resistance is 492.50, the recent high. And then above that, I'll be watching in that tight range, 492.50 to 493. And if both of those get broken through, then comes the 495 area. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside. And to the downside, the bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I'm going to watch them very closely as outflows have slightly began here on the 30-minute. If this continues downwards and if it crosses the midpoint here on the 15-minute, rolling over that weakness into the 30-minute and possibly even the 1 hour. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.